Cal from Mississauga.com here, and I'm here with Canadian hip hop icon and probably the most patriotic hip hopper in Canada, Classified. What's up, man?
This is it, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. So, tell me about your collaboration with David Miles. How did that song ever come to be?
Well, I've worked with David a few times. He was on my last album. We did some songs together. I produced some stuff for him. So when I started this album, I knew I wanted to work with him. I always work with a lot of the same people I always work with. I kind of got a circle of people I work with. So he came over. We were in the studio for like 4 or 5 hours going through like little riff ideas, little chorus ideas, stuff he had wrote on his guitar. And then he just got into ding, ding, ding. And as soon as I heard it, I was just like, "That okay, that's something different." I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was great or if it was awful. I just knew it was different. So I recorded his guitar part, his vocal thing, and it kind of went from there. Next day I got on the drum machine, started building a beat around it, wrote my part. He came back in and we just started kind of arranging it, got the kids involved on it. And, the whole song is just about finding your inner strength. We all got obstacles in life. You got to push through it. You dig down, you find that inner ninja, and you get through it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So, like, that song has absolutely blown up. Like,
Yeah.
when you're doing it, did you ever think it was going to get this big?
Me and Dave always say we wish we taped the 3 days that we worked on this in the studio because that was totally our mind frame. We're like, this could be something big, or this could be the weirdest little thing that people are like, what the hell's going on? Because it is a lot different for a single, even for the first single of an album. Like I've been making albums for like 15 years now,
Yeah.
and a lot of people when they first heard it was like, that's different, which I was like, cool. I want people to make sure they know, it's something different. Whether you love it or hate, at least you recognize like, okay, you know that song. So it's no, it's just exciting to see what it did. Like it's gonna be 4 times platinum in like 2 weeks.
That's crazy, man.
It's
So, congrats.
ridiculous, man. Yeah, thank you.
So, and now I guess you've collaborated with so many artists over your career. Okay, what are some of your collaborations that stick out?
Well, David Miles, obviously,
Yeah.
that one because it's the biggest song. It's just working with Dave. Me and him have very similar tastes. We like trying things. We like experimenting. So, definitely Dave, Maestro Fresh West, who I first worked with like 10 years ago. He's another guy that just has an excitement in the studio. He wants to work. He wants to try this.
Yeah.
He's excited to run over and pull a record out of the crate. Be like, like
Nice.
he's just have that excitement in the studio.
Any future collaborations you want to work with? Any dream collaboration?
Yeah. I'm trying to get my hookup right now with Ed Sheeran. I met him last week at the MMVAs.
Okay.
Acoustic kind of thing. And I like working with guys who sing and got like a soul thing and play acoustic guitar and stuff like that because it opens up to let me kind of come in and produce it.
Cool.
When someone starts with just a guitar and a vocal, it leaves everything wide open. That's kind of like where I like to start at. So.
Nice. Now, being kind of a Canadian hip hop pioneer, like how have you seen the Canadian hip hop scene change in the last like 2 decades?
Well, yeah, because the whole music world changed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the music world in general is way different now than what it was 10 years ago. Hip hop in general,
Like the Canadian hip hop scene.
yeah. Obviously with Drake blowing up, putting a lot more eyes on Canadian hip hop,
Yeah.
him blowing up an international superstar, one of the biggest hip hop artists out there. Obviously that changed a bit, but other than that, it's
Cool.
same thing, man. Like there's great artists making music, but the industry up here is still it's still just underdeveloped. There's not a rap station. Like you really have to have a pop element to your hip hop song to still get radio play.
True.
So it's definitely a big difference. Like just even being down in the States for the last 3 weeks, we were down there doing promo, and you could see the difference of like they got their commercial hip hop stations
Yeah.
where they play rap songs. You don't have to have a singing chorus in it. You don't have to have it upbeat, danceable. You know what I mean? And Canada's never had that, so it's very hard to develop hip hop artists that just stay in that lane of just raw hip hop.
Cool.
So it's something that still is growing. More people are knowing about it because of the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But still has a long way to go.
Cool. The Mississauga hip hop scene is it's there, right? It's growing. What kind of advice can you give to a young up and coming hip hop artist in Mississauga?
Look bigger than Mississauga.
Yeah.
Like get out and tour. Get out. Like even when I was coming up, I wasn't the biggest rapper in Halifax. I wasn't the best rapper in Halifax. I wasn't even from Halifax, but it's kind of where I moved in. That's where I set up base. But I looked beyond that. I went out west, toured on a Greyhound bus, went out and did shows and just met people. And when you're not sitting there worrying about your home city and you're out doing stuff, then you'll come back and you'll notice a huge difference. You just got to get out, do shows, meet your fans, and separate yourself from those other million people who have Facebook pages and says I'm a rapper. Check out my Facebook page. You got to separate yourself from that. So.
Cool. So have you ever been to Mississauga before?
I haven't done a show, but we've been through here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the first thing that came to mind when you actually saw this, Mississauga on your calendar? What do you think of Mississauga?
Well, I know Mississauga is close to Toronto, and
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends in Toronto. So as soon as we were booked in Mississauga, I was
Yeah.
like, perfect. You know, it's just always good to go out and do shows where you got friends and people you kind of knew and stuff.
True.
It just makes it more of like a party, kind of just like you're going out to party, but we're gonna do a show too
Okay.
type thing.
Nice.
You know, and drive it in. We saw those two crazy buildings with the weird shapes.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna do a little quick Mississauga quiz. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't
Okay.
know a lot about Mississauga.
Okay.
but I'll
So
do my best.
I'll start off with the easy one. Okay. Spell Mississauga.
Mississauga.
Okay. Correct. Okay. What is the mayor's name?
Couldn't tell you. I couldn't even tell you the mayor of Halifax. So
Okay.
you know what I mean. I don't feel bad about that.
It's Mayor Hazel McCallion. Okay. You want to try to guess how old she is?
47.
92.
Oh, yeah.
She's 92. Okay. So and then
Going
yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Healthy.
So who's Toronto mayor?
The crack guy, Rob Ford. Well, obviously, that's just what people know him for is now, which isn't the best thing. But I'm not a big politics guy.
Yeah.
But obviously, I heard about Rob Ford.
Okay.
You know, you can't really miss that right now.
So we got a 92-year-old mayor. Okay. If she went up against Rob Ford in a UFC fight, who'd win that fight and with what move?
How big is she? Is she a big woman?
She's shorter than me.
Shorter than you?
But she's tough.
She got some weight?
No, she doesn't.
She got no foundation?
She's
Okay.
90. Okay, let me give you a story.
Ford's
Okay.
a big guy. I'm not going to just pick the 92-year-old woman. Rob Ford would, off the top rope, squish the old lady.
Nice. Cool. Thanks so much, man.
Dude.
Thanks, eh? Thanks.
Good.